Here in America, for American Muslims, I feel like the conversation and the weight on hijab is so high. Like, you know,
it's
you can attest to this.
huge.
Like, when writing about Muslim women, you're always writing about hijab.
And why?
Yeah.
Why is it always about the hijab,
Yeah,
right?
but other places in the world, especially more predominantly Muslim places in the world, it's not even a thought. Like, they don't look at women as hijabi, non-hijabi, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a thing. Whereas here, there's so much weight put on it. Do you guys think that makes a difference in women's resentment to it, Muslim women's resentment to wearing it, or not resentment, but
hesitation
or resistance to it? Do you guys think that makes a difference? Like when you're highlighting it and putting so much pressure on it and making it such a thing, and it's like almost like your identity is your hijab. Like for me, as alhamdulillah, as happy and proud as I am to wear hijab, I don't feel like it's my identity. Like, I don't feel like it defines me. I love that I wear it. I love wearing it every day. Ever since HH. I love getting dressed and, like, picking my hijab and all that fun stuff. But, like, I don't feel like it defines who I am or my personality. Does it affect my character? Does it affect certain aspects of, like, the way I carry myself? Absolutely. And I think that's a good thing. But I don't feel like it defines me. But I feel like we're making it define Muslim women.
Yeah. That is part and culture of exactly what you said, that we are here in the West, in America, or let's say it was Canada or whatever. We're in the West, right? And it's not the norm.
Yeah.
You know, it's still otherized to an extent, and it's not the norm. I mean, in 20 years of covering these communities, it's still one of the #1 topics, as much as I would love for us to move on. It still is.
It's also a very American Western thing to like have to have the box you're in. Like people need to quickly be able to identify your XXXX.
Right.
And that's just the nature of the society we live in, whereas overseas and in different parts of the world, you have so many different things about you. But none of them necessarily define you, they just are who you are. Whereas here, everyone wants to put a label on you, like your sexual orientation, your marital status, your gender, your religion, your political views. It's like,
so true.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And so I think hijabi just gets, hijab or no hijab also kind of gets roped into that.
Yeah. And that's
I wanted to hear though from Lizzy in terms of the visibility thing. Because for you, like, you're white, right?
Yeah.
You're white American from Minnesota.
North Dakota girl.
Where's Minnesota? Midwest, baby.
That's
right. So, like, you could easily take off hijab, blend in,
right.
Unlike us, well, some of us, Noor's like, maybe. Like, we certainly couldn't.
No way.
That's kind of a big deal that, you know, inshallah you get even more reward, because for you it's like without it you would just like pass as this like regular white American, and you choose every day, like you say, to wear it. So I don't know, how do you feel about that? Is that something you think about?
Yeah, I think about it. And like going back to the identity and like how we're labeled, sometimes it does really feel very difficult to get out from under your hijab. Like, it just encompasses everything that's all people see. And when they look at me, they're like, blue eyes, hijab, like, what is this?
What's
like, what is going on? Like, where are you from? Where are your parents from? You know?
I'm trying to figure her out.
But I think it's good because, again, with the opportunity, people don't understand that Islam's a religion. They really, like, blur the line between different cultures and ethnicities, and they think that it's one, you know, and Islam's not a monolith. It's a religion, and there are many different ways people practice it in all ethnicities and countries. You know, like, you can be anywhere, any language, you don't speak Arabic, you know. But, yeah, I do miss white privilege.
She said it.
Delicately, but
dang girl.
Like,
wow.
There's, but I can attest to, like, both sides of, like, there's a huge difference in how people treat you with a headscarf on. Like, I get pushed around more, people think they can move me out of the way more, where that never used to happen.
Wow.
What does it mean to wear hijab like you mean it? I mean, sometimes it sounds a little aggressive, but, like, I know we put a lot of thought into it. What does it mean to you all?
I think it's holistic. It's all encompassing. It starts in your heart, and it starts with a conversation you're having with yourself and with God, and then it sprouts out into like the very basic hijabs that you own in your wardrobe. So it's like, it's in every realm of possibility, you're feeling good and you're feeling confident and you're feeling content with your decision to make hijab. And so that goes from like why you've decided to wear it and to continue to wear it every day, down to like, do you have the things you need in your hijab repertoire to make sure that it's easy for you to live up to that intention, so that it's not something you have to overthink or that's becoming complicated and bringing you down, but rather just like easy, let's go. So that's kind of how I was thinking about it, but I'd love to hear from you all. How about you guys?
Yeah, I love what Melanie always says, which is like Islam, she always reminds us of this, should I say, in meetings, of like Islam always teaches us and encourages us to do everything to the best of our ability. And this is one of those things where it's like, you don't want to just throw it on and look a hot mess and just represent Islam that way, you know what I mean? Just walking out.
Me in the morning.
I mean, yeah, I've done it very many times going to the supermarket, but you want to think about, you know, your everyday, just the way you present yourself, and you just want to do it to the best of your ability. It's really not that hard for us to, like, you know, put a nice jersey together and match it with our outfit and just, you know, walk out. I'm not saying you gotta go full-blown makeup and like, oof, but, you know, just look, you know, presentable.
For me, wear it like you mean it is about being intentional and not letting your habits run you. I mean, like the things that you don't think about, like your routines run you, right? So like, yeah, I wear hijab and I've been wearing it since I was a freshman and like all that fun stuff. So to me, I don't think twice about it. I just put it on at this point, right? But like to stop and reconnect with it, ya Allah, this is why I'm wearing my hijab. This is why I'm choosing to wear it. I'm wearing it for you, and I'm going to remind myself of that so that I can have more love for it and wear it, literally wear it like I mean it. Like I'm going to own it and not let it own me, and not let the narratives around hijab and like the pressures around it and what a hijabi has to look like and all that stuff. I don't want that to own me. I want to be so intentional about it that I'm putting my definition of what God wants me to be on it, right? Anytime you struggle for the sake of God, and I just really want to hammer this to you guys because I felt it so much, and any struggle that you struggle with for God, God will reward you like twice fold or 3 times fold, and sometimes it's right away and sometimes it's in a little bit. Yeah, you will never struggle for His sake and not get rewarded for it right away.
Yes.
So like even in the times where like I was wearing hijab and I felt so ugly and I didn't want to wear it and I just felt so like held down by it, God would literally present me with opportunities, right? And it literally like it's down to thinking to yourself, making a silent dua while you're in that moment, like, God, help me get through this because right now I don't like it, right now I don't want to wear it, right now it's just like difficult. But the second you struggle for it, it's not for nothing. Like He will always give you something in return. And I think that's also part of this campaign. Like, yes, girl, if you're struggling with it, it's hard and I feel you, right? Remind yourself who you're wearing it for and get through it and own it. I think that's what it is for me.
That made me.
Yeah. It's so true, because remember what we were talking about in the live, like last week or the week before, and we talked about like opening our eyes to the benefits that God presents us with on earth because of our hijab. And then I was like, well, imagine the benefits in Jannah, inshallah. And then you think about it.
Yeah.
I love how you're like racking it up.
You gotta rack them up, people. No, but it's true. And I thought about, you always gotta think gold. Eye on the prize. But
I need more than one here.
No, but it just reminds me of the story of the girl. There was a woman in our HH community group on Facebook who was really struggling with hijab, and I actually got on a call with her, and she was like, I want to wear it, but I'm really scared of what people are going to think. And, you know, I live in a very rural town, and I think
one with
people...
the job.
Yeah, and so, and she was like, and I'm applying to jobs, and I'm scared they're going to turn me down because of my hijab. And I was like, well, think about the reason why we wear hijab. Really think about it, and see if you want to do it, and God will bless you. God will bless you once you really, like, purify that intention and wear it like you mean it. And guess what? She got 2 jobs. She literally applied, and then she went back on the group and was like, guys, I wore hijab, and I literally got like 2 jobs. Remember, I was freaking out. I was like yelling to the whole office, like, oh my God, you have to hear this story. So it's true, if you like really, really do it for the right reasons, like God will present you with like the most amazing reward, inshallah.
And so the like you mean it to me starts with your hijab, or it's about our hijab because we are Haute Hijab, but it's also like you mean it in all aspects of your faith life, you know? So what are your intentions towards your commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What are your intentions towards, or renewing your intentions towards your salah? Or you wanting to make up your fast? Or you wanting to not backbite? Or you wanting to like not engage in interest-bearing loans? Or whatever it is, because we just finished Surah Baqarah in my halaqa, that's what we talked about. But you know, like you mean it in all areas of your life, right?
So true.
I mean, why do we do what we do? Or why do we choose to do what we do? So that's why, you know, when we first presented it and it was like you mean it HH, in my head I was like, shouldn't it be wear it like you mean it HH? But I love that we didn't do that. It opens it up.
And it takes renewal.
And it's not
like, oh, I'm wearing it for God and then that's it, and you know, like, and I still love it. My intentions can like drift over time, and then
it does.
Like in Islam, and you have to renew our intentions every single morning. Like before every salah, one of the things to make a salah count is to make the intention for that, right? So it's like it takes constant renewal.
So true.
Right. A lot of women who I cover, you know, these struggles are very real to them. It's hard for them to wear hijab, or if they choose to take it off, if that's a very big thing they think about before they do it. But it's there, and it's important, and it's real. It's very real to them. And in spite of all of that, you know, they come around to keep wearing it, and you know, or many of them come around to keep wearing it, to wearing it with conviction, to wearing it with intention, to this whole like you mean it idea, right? I mean, have you guys seen that in your circles as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a huge catalyst behind this whole thing, is that for so many of our Muslim youth and adults who wear hijab and are really struggling with that visibility piece, or just struggling in general, just like, this is hard. I'm sure we've all been there when we're just like, I'm throwing on a hoodie today, I'm not trying to do this. Like, we've all been there. But again, that's why we did this. Is to reach out to those who are struggling and who are really feeling it, because they're the most vulnerable right now, and they're the ones who need the most support. To say, hey, let's take a break, let's take a step back, let's look at this from bird's eye view, big picture, and really think through A to Z, starting with your faith, your relationship with Allah, your intentions, and then let's talk through everything else. And I think this is a great opportunity for the people we know, for everybody watching, who is going through that struggle, that very, very, very real struggle, to pause for just a second before it spirals even further, so that we can really think critically and systematically or intentionally about hijab, what it means, in order to wear it like you mean it. I don't think people understand or place enough importance on the hijabs we wear themselves. Because if you have some natty hijab on your head, you're gonna hate it. Like, you're not gonna feel beautiful, you're not gonna feel good. You're gonna walk out the door feeling like, ugh. And not only that, like, it's what you said about ihsan and the way that people are looking at us. And I can't tell y'all how many times I go to Jummah and I'm just like, y'all need to swap out your hijab game. Like, I understand they're students and it's like easy to go to Forever 21 and buy a $5 scarf and wear it. But what happens when you do that over and over again after like the 5th time is it becomes really gross and it doesn't withstand the wear. And so I think we underestimate the importance of having a beautiful hijab and how much that makes a difference in wearing it like you mean it. And I don't know if you guys have picked up on that, but I know that that's true because of our customers who are like, I never knew what a difference it would make if I just invested in some quality hijabs.
I say that all the time.
And it changed up my hijab game. It changed up the way I viewed it, the way others viewed me. And it transformed me and it made me feel a type of way. And it created this stronger affinity toward hijab that I think oftentimes we overlook and underestimate in the name of like, oh, hijabs are meant to be only $3 off the street like Bangalore, wherever you're getting them from. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you guys are really taking me back. No, I'm thinking about pre-HH. Like, I
was thinking about the
no,
same
legit.
thing.
I would
Same
always
thing.
have an issue with the fabric. Like, it would always just be doing things. I'd always have a bad hijab day, actually. And I'd always be like, oh, it's slipping, and I have to fix it a million times. And I didn't know why. I was like, what the heck? Because I thought I had, like, really great quality. I did not have great quality hijabs. But you don't realize it until you actually touch one that's poppin' quality.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's like down to the underscarf, or like if it's so tight and it gives you a headache all day, it bothers you so much, like your hair keeps falling or your bun looks so janky and you just don't feel good.
But it is part of it. It's just being satisfied with yourself. If you're satisfied with yourself, if it's how you want it to be, if you mean it, you know, then that affects how you feel when you go out, and then that affects what you do when you're out or when you're even in. It's a ripple effect.
Yeah. So let's remind everybody of how they can participate as well in everything that we're doing. And that is by using that hashtag we've been talking about forever, which is like you mean it HH. And so all we're asking is if you want to partake, we would love for you to join us in this movement, if you will, and share a story about yourself. Share something about this renewal of intention. It can be as deep as that relationship with hijab and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or it can be as fun and practical as like a new tip that you learned about hijab or a fabric or an accessory that made your life easier. But either way, if you use the hashtag and share a photo of yourself and something about this whole process, we are all going to read them. We're all going to share them, and then 3 girls will be randomly chosen to get some poppin' new hijabs for their collection. Which will hopefully be a nice little addition to the renewal process. So again, it's Like You Mean It HH, and in addition to this video, all of you guys submitting entries, we're also going to, each one of us, have tutorials of our signature hijab style that we show you guys on social, along with a tip of ours to help us along this journey. Every single day, we're gonna have a challenge for you. I don't know where to look, to basically do something. It's an active challenge for you to do something that day that will kind of help around this whole renewal process. And it's not necessarily related to hijab. It's really around strengthening yourself, your life, your faith, and it's really fun. Inshallah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you all next time, inshallah.